Hello, everybody, and welcome to our YouTube channel. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our For Our Side Sports. This is going to be the Champions League preview for the week of February 24th and 25th. Last week was brilliant in terms of goals for the first leg of the UEFA Champions League knockout games. We saw some impressive results from Galatasaray beating Juventus 5-2. We saw Atletico Madrid dragging it out with Club Brugge 3-3. We saw Anthony Gordon, one of the players, scoring 4 goals. And any here on the pod has said that Anthony Gordon is an overrated player. So I think scoring those 4 goals shot any up that day. And then the other game that was very interesting was that Monaco PSG.
Yeah.
Monaco were leading 2-0, and then very quickly, I think they made a sub. They removed Dembele, brought in Desiree Doué, and he came in, changed the game, and they won 3-2. So we're just going to be previewing the second leg of the knockout games and just trying to focus on very key fixtures. And I want to get the thoughts again of two of my capable panelists. We have Daniel here, Manchester United. They have not been in Champions League for the last 2 seasons. And then we have any Chelsea, they're in Champions League, so they have some say into what we should look out for. So it'll be very interesting to hear the thoughts of these two. We're going to start off first with Galatasaray Juventus. Our boy Victor Osimhen didn't score, but he had a fantastic game. Everybody was saying, Obina, you need to see the way Osimhen was pressing. He was just pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing. So, guys, what are you thinking? 5-2 first leg, Galatasaray win. Do you think Juventus stand a chance? Are they going to come back? It's going to be at Juventus home. Annie, I'm going to start with you on my left, and then Danny, give me your thoughts.
I'm happy you start with me. If you start with Daniel, I'll be pissed. I mean, it's not even. Man, please. This is for champions. Champions. But it's fine. We can accommodate wannabe champions. It's all good. I think it's going to be a straight win. 5-2, not the way. I mean, you've literally lost this weekend again. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that team. There's a lot of shake-up happening. I don't see Juventus coming back. It's going to be an easy win. It's going to be an easy win in Turin. So easy win for Galatasaray. Yeah.
So is that easy win for Galatasaray, or overall the tie they would win? They will qualify for the next round.
They're going to beat Juventus.
They'll beat Juventus. Oh, fantastic. All right. Danny, what are your thoughts? I know your team's not in Champions League, but still, I know you were champions. Just try. Just
Just say something, yeah.
Just say something.
The heartbreak is too much, and it's really difficult watching you guys watch the Champions League, and I get to wait 7 days before I watch another game for Manchester United. So. But let's bring it back to the game. I think it's going to be an easy win for Galatasaray, even though they lost yesterday in their local league. When you watch the first leg, it was sort of too easy for them. I want to predict that the Osimhen should get at least a brace in the second leg.
Okay. Yeah.
So straight win for Galatasaray.
Straight win. All right, fantastic. Yeah, so it looks like Galatasaray, according to our panelists, we're moving on to the next round of the Champions League. The next game we're talking about was a game that was marked by racism controversy, a game where a beautiful goal was scored, but we ended up talking about what was said under the shirts. So we're looking at Benfica, Real Madrid. We know Real Madrid beat Benfica 1-0, beautiful Vinicius goal. Second leg, the beauty of this match, of the game, is this is what Mourinho likes. Mourinho likes to go into these kind of games. I can imagine he's going to set up so defensive, go in there, score one goal, make it very close, and take it to penalties. That's my own thinking. What are you guys thinking? Daniel, I'll start with you. Mourinho has been a coach of Manchester United when he took them to, I believe it was Europa League when they won it. They are not in Champions League now. So again, I know it's a 1 week break for Manchester United before you see any games. So yes, what are your thoughts on the Benfica Real Madrid, pushing aside what happened with Vinicius, and what do you think is going to get through?
So this is one game that I think anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a prophet, but I see an upset here. I
Deep.
and that I think this is the third time they are playing. It was Real Madrid that they played to get into the playoffs.
Yes,
Correct.
the goalkeeper scored.
Yeah, and because of the controversy in the last game, there will be a lot of mind games from Mourinho and the media up until that game on Wednesday. And
Yeah.
I see Real Madrid, they've not been very, they are in their poorest run, with the amount of players they have,
They
with the
lost
new
yesterday too.
interim coach. They lost to Osasuna yesterday.
Yeah.
I think that there might be another incident in that game, but there will be the Madrid players will be carried away because that's Mourinho's game plan coming into
Yeah.
that game, and
Yeah.
they might snatch a 2-1 win.
A 2-1 win. Wow, that means they'll score two
They'll score
goals,
two. Yeah.
and Real Madrid will not score any
The
goals.
only
in the
advantage that Real Madrid have is the Bernabeu, and it's almost impossible to beat them, in front of their whole crowd. But I would like to see an upset there.
Yeah. Okay. Any, what are your thoughts?
I don't see an upset. The thing about the inconsistency of Madrid is another reason why I think they might edge this one. It might be a draw. There's a likelihood of a draw than even a win, but in the eventuality of a win, I see Madrid pulling through.
Yeah, I do see a very boring game. Like I know, look, first of
Tensed
all,
up, yeah.
Mourinho will just come there and he will set up. When we started hearing this word negative football, anti-football, everything, like
Packing
that
the
is how
boss.
Ben pack the boss, like
Yeah.
put, just load up the back with defenders.
No, but he has to come
That's
out to
what
play
we might
because
see.
they need
He
to
has
score
to.
first.
He has to, but that's the thing about Mourinho. He's going to do that thing where he will defend very deep and then just rely on set pieces, because set pieces, you don't need any kind of creativity. Deliver the ball well. As far as the ball comes to the 18-yard box, somebody can head up to score. So, looking forward to the game. I think it will be a very close game. The next game I mentioned was when I talked about Monaco PSG. As an Arsenal fan, I think back to last season when we played PSG in the semi-final. I thought we could beat them, but when I started seeing the way they were playing, they have this front line, Keva, Dembele, Bakula, Desire Doué. They even have Goncalo Ramos, one of the best attacking front line in all of Europe, and somehow they just know how to score. Yes, in their league they've been up and down. They will win today, draw tomorrow. I think they're still first if I check the table. But coming back to beat Monaco, beautiful resilience from them, very strong elite mentality from them. But they are leading by 1 goal and the second leg against Monaco. So, guys, what are you thinking? Do you think PSG can, at their home, just kill the game, or Monaco can go in there and pull an upset and remove PSG and hopefully make the competition a lot easier for all the teams? You don't want to have one team that you don't want to have the champions from last season coming, and just bulldozing their way to the top. What are your thoughts? I'll start with Eni because it's the Champions League.
Okay, at this point, I need to leave this show. What? Amorim, can you see what you have done to us? Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I say it's a PSG win, and it's literally because of the way Monaco game plays. The following Balogun goals were okay goals, but they're just lapses in defense. How you give up a 2-goal advantage and lose a game in the principalities is mind-boggling. It's shameful, shambolic. So I don't know what's going on in Monaco these days. Yes, a couple of key players are out, but you have Golovin, Akaluchi, and a couple of players there, but I don't know what's going on.
They still have Pogba too. From a man you play.
Pogba is on his way out. That he was released, right? I think
he was released.
I think it was released
I
in
think he's
January.
going to
Oh,
I'm not
Turkey or
sure, but I think
one of those weird leagues. I think
one of
he's
those, yeah. But
oh,
yeah,
that is
right. So there's
interesting.
even Ansu Fati, bro. I mean,
Ah,
and you
that's
still
great.
can't blossom. But yeah, it's an easy PSG win. It's an easy PSG
Oh,
win.
okay. Okay, all right, Danny, what are your thoughts?
my usually when you draw two teams from the same league in the Champions League, oftentimes they always just settle it the way they settle it locally, when they're in their league.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I,
Yeah,
I think PSG will edge this. They've shown complete dominance over
yeah,
Monaco in the league. I think the last time that Monaco got the result was way back in 2021, if my memory serves me correctly. But I maybe we would like another upset here, but PSG is the defending champions.
yeah,
You
I
know,
know,
they
right?
they had a slow start to the Champions League last season,
yeah.
but when they got to the round of 16, it
That's
was
Boom!
they found their
It
mojo
was.
back, and this season, they also started in a very terrible form, and that's due to
Yeah.
injuries. But now
Mm-hmm.
all of their players are back, and they are beginning to find that rhythm that they had last season. So I don't know
Yeah.
how they consider two goals, but they always concede goals.
They
It's their
always.
way,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah,
Yeah.
they should win easily.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think they should win. And what you said. That's a very beautiful point. I
yeah,
actually, as an Arsenal fan, I absolutely hate playing teams from England in the Champions League because
yeah,
it becomes even tougher.
yep,
I've looked back over the last, whether 10, 15 years. I think back to when Arsenal played Manchester United. That
yeah,
Ronaldo free kick goal at Emirates, that shot from far, that
yeah,
goal that slipped in, that entered, I can't forget it. I think back to when we played Liverpool at
yeah,
Anfield, second leg, 4-2,
yeah.
last minute goal by Ryan Babel. So I hate
Liverpool,
playing.
Chelsea.
I don't like
Oh, I
Liverpool,
hated it.
Chelsea,
Oh God,
like Liverpool, Man City in Champions League.
I
Like
hated it. Yeah.
all those
Man
games
U,
are short.
Chelsea.
Man U,
Man, Chelsea,
Chelsea,
like,
like
why are we
don't
doing this? Like,
like
why are
save
we talking
save it
here?
save it for the final.
Maybe for
Not like because you can get to a point where you play, let's say, like I remember Man City Liverpool. They played in the Premier League, played in
yeah,
Champions League, first leg Champions League, Premier League, then second leg again. And I think
Yeah.
all three games Liverpool beat them. So it was very, very, very bad for Man City. But I was going to talk about Newcastle Karabakh. I'm not asking for your opinions because that's
there's
a
no
straight
opinion. No,
way
no, not
6-1.
provided.
Newcastle should, I think Karabakh should just raise a white flag and not even play
Yeah,
that
they
second
should
leg,
fit in there on the.
or
There's no
just
remontada
keep
here.
them. There's no
There's no
remontada here.
remontada
Two
here.
two games to close out for us here
You know,
today
I
would
just
be
hope that Eddie Howe plays in that game
please who
at least.
whatever. Yeah, just
Yeah,
go and score.
just play him so that
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
there's nothing at
yeah,
stake in that game.
I
Let
agree.
Gordon's rest.
Yeah. Inter Bodo Glimt, Bodo Glimt have been the surprise of this season. The way they beat Man City, they drew with Tottenham. I think there's one other. Okay, they beat Inter Milan. So, guys, do you think that Inter Milan can in the San Siro, with their Champions League heritage, beat Bodo Glimt, or do you think Bodo Glimt can go in there, pack the bus like Mourinho, and get a result? I'll give it to Dan. Danny, you can go ahead. Don't worry. I'm
I
not
mean,
I'm not shading you today.
Bodo Glimt is in the Champions League, and Manchester United is in the Champions League. I remember I was struggling to beat the same Bodo Glimt when
yeah.
when we met
Was it in
in
Europa
Europe.
or
I think it was
okay?
in Europe last
Europa,
last
okay.
season or 2 seasons ago. But for them, it's been a fairy tale season for them.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, they have gotten results against top teams in Europe, Man City, Inter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but this is the San Siro that they're coming to. Inter with all their football heritage. They were in a solid position last season to win the Champions League, but
Mm-hmm.
lost
That
it
will happen.
at the very end. I will give them the benefit of doubt that they will be able to get a result 3-0 or
Beautiful.
or 4-2 or what 4-2 or something. I think Inter will go through.
It's all good. Okay.
You know,
Okay. Okay.
I know Bodo Glimt has been fantastic, but most of the time they win at home.
It's only
Yes.
home. It's only at home.
Yes,
So
at home.
when they go away, they struggle. So
I wonder if it has to do with it. Is their pitch? Is it artificial or is it?
It's
The
not a
pitch
piece.
looks very.
I think
Is
it's
it?
so
it's
the
their fans.
Norwegian League
Okay,
on they're on they're on winter break. So they've only
Okay.
played the only games Bodo Glimt have played this year. This year, we're in February,
Champions League.
has only been those 3 Champions League games. So it's
Wow.
not. So there is no there
So
is
I mean,
no
so I guess lots of like rest in between
there's a
matches.
lot of
But
rest.
again, you also need to be match fit, which is you need to be playing lots of games to be match fit. So what are you thinking, Any?
I think there's always I think there'll be the surprises of the year. I see them beating Inter Milan for real, and it's again I don't like giving analysis on history. See how they play. I mean, as an amateur footballer myself, I can tell you what Berg is doing. That guy.
Did you accept to be an amateur footballer right now?
What?
I said you accepted to be an amateur footballer right now.
I am a proud amateur footballer.
It's on record. It's on record. No worries.
It's a record. It's a record. Please, we'll share clips of you doing leg over.
No, so
in your 5-a-side.
No, I see them going through because of the way they play. They are compact. They're all running, bro. Just watch the highlights of their games. They're all running. It's like they have nothing to lose. Trust me. So what does Inter? So the biggest mistake Inter can do is think, oh, this is a small team, and come out. 1-2 goals at San Siro against Inter. That is it. There is no coming back. I see that's what will happen. Inter. I'm sure Christian Kivu would underestimate them again because it's in San Siro, and they'll get caught off. Yeah, I see them losing to.
Good call, guys. I think it's going to be very interesting again, and that's one of the games I'll probably be looking out to watch this week. And then finally, Atletico Madrid Club Brugge 3-3. Our boy Ademola Lookman, former CAF Footballer of the Year, has been banging in the goals for Atletico Madrid. Looks like the perfect January signing alongside Semedo, who have just been scoring 3-3 back at the Metropolitano, Vanda Metropolitano. What are you guys thinking? Do you think Atletico Madrid will beat Club Brugge, or can Club Brugge get a shock result and throw Atletico Madrid seasoned Champions League knockout qualifiers out? I'll start with any Champions League, so you know what it is. So go for it. Go for it, Eddie.
I don't understand Simeone these days. I don't understand Simeone. The defense is in shambles. How you concede 3 goals against the team from Belgium is bizarre. So I see Club Brugge pushing through. It's going to be a joke. Yes, I don't understand that defense. I don't understand that defense. Like they're exposing All Black too much. I don't understand that defense. I think they've aged beyond Koke. I don't know who's in that middle these days. It's between Koke and this dude, this guy that played in the Olympics for Spain, right? But I don't know what's going on with Simeone. I see Atletico losing that game to Club Brugge.
Okay. All right, Danny, what are your thoughts?
I'm struggling here, but I think I will lean towards Ernie because if you watch that first leg at
Under Metropolitano,
yeah, you will see that Atletico scored twice. They were up 2 goals to nil, and then Club Brugge came back and and equalized. Now he spoke about Simeone just now, and before you asked this question, you said maybe Ademola Lookman is one of the best signings in January. So there's something out there, after the game yesterday from Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
They won 4-2 and Lookman was on the score sheet. And then Simeone said, "Oh, your goals are not enough. I need you to be more defensive minded." Now, this Simeone playbook of being defensive, perhaps just like Arteta, this might be what has been limiting this team the whole time. Now, you have brought in a player who has been giving you goals right from the first game he played. And yesterday, he was clinical again. And then you come and say at the end of the match, going into a Champions League week, your goals are not enough. What message is that passing to the player? You know, you see things like Real Madrid. There's no defensive responsibility on Mbappe. If you have identified that this guy is your main,
Why you
attacking
brought him into the
option,
first duties?
yeah,
Yeah,
Exactly.
or why are you cutting him down?
yeah,
Why so
yeah.
that might have played into the psychology of Lukman a bit, and that might impact his game in the next game. You know, where instead of them to go all out, they might be defensive and Club Brugge get the
Mm.
late winner.
Yeah, yeah, a great analysis. Yeah, it's become a very common thing for like managers that Lookman has played under for them to specifically call him out. Like when I think back to the when it was at Atlanta, his former coach sometimes would like when he's subbing him off, like just just very interesting kind of like coaches. Like sometimes you just need to have good man management and allow your
Yeah,
players to be able to thrive in games. Like
and
it's that simple, you know. Yeah,
he's not he's decent when it comes to like pushing back. He's not
yeah,
the box to box. I mean, he's a winger.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is what we were speaking about the other day. Let people do their job. Defenders are there to
Exactly.
defend. Wingers are there to take on players and assist the goals.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be an interesting week. I think once we get the final, once we get like those that are going to be moving on to the next round, we then will see the true beauty of the Champions League. The big guys are going to, so you are going to be seeing lots of incredible matchups, and we'll always be here to review all those games. So once again, I want to thank you all so much for being a part of our preview show for the second leg of the Champions League knockout rounds with
Yep.
my guys Ernie and Danny. Please, as always, comment, watch, subscribe, like, and share. Follow us across all our platforms. And as
Yep.
always, this is the Four Aside Pods, and we'll always be here to give you the best football podcast out there. See you all soon. Bye, everyone.
All right.